Copy that. I'm anchored. Starting the handoff now.
This is how much I've had it with this shit. This is from 1968, okay? Here's the picture of the moon, right? Where's the rest of the Earth? What's it just disappear once it gets behind this line? Just magically disappears. Just like this. Artemis 2, 2026. Where's the rest of it? Just magically disappears.
Who remembers the Challenger flight with Krista? And meet Christina from the Artemis 2.
So let me get this straight. You still believe these people are in outer space right now heading to go around the moon? Why are the two photos they shared of Earth pretty much the same? If Earth is spinning 1,000 miles per hour on its axis and 66,600 miles per hour around the sun, wouldn't you expect to see some different cloud formations, maybe some different land masses?
We're told we know where we live, that the map is settled, that the edges have been measured. But what if they haven't? What if there's more? And the reason we don't see it is because we were never meant to. This is the map they don't teach in school. Concentric rings, the known lands in the middle, surrounded by ice. Beyond that, more land, more suns, more civilizations. Atlantis, Asgard, the Ancestral Republic. Is it myth or just off limits?
Someone needs to please explain this to me because I don't quite understand. If we can zoom in this close to the moon, if we can get this close to the moon from the Earth with the powerful cameras that we have, and we can just zoom right in on it, then why won't NASA zoom in on Australia? That way we can see this, and the whole debate about whether the Earth is a globe or it's flat would be over.
Not one single fast food restaurant in the United States owns or operates their own beef farms. Not McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, In-N-Out, none of them. When 40% of the U.S. population eats beef from fast food restaurants on a daily basis, not a single one of them owns or runs or operates their own beef farm, but instead runs and operates 144 second-ill children's centers.
Okay, breaking news. We have Russian personnel ordered to evacuate Israel by planes. It started last night. Several planes have left so far, evacuating Russian diplomats out of Israel. Once you understand the programming of hundreds of millions, billions of years old, and you find out the true story, it is so apparent that dinosaurs, space, NASA, and evolution are all connected to form and control and change your perception from what really happened in our inception of the Earth to what they're telling us. And there's a very, very shocking reason why they would prefer we are lied to about that.
Hello guys, David Vos here. Beautiful day today. It's getting late and I've got some things I want to share with you. I think this is going to be something that you need to hear. So watch till the end, because at the end is the message that I have for you today. But it's a short video, so watch the whole thing. And I do believe that this is the answer. We have an answer, and we're going to talk more about it in the coming days. And we're going to really dig and try to figure out what this really means. But today, I wanted to tell you, I'm kind of running here and there, and I got so many things to do, but I wanted to get this in and get this video up to you today. So, here's something I saw on the, I guess it was on Facebook. Mosquito transport crash near Casper raises concerns after infected contained specimens escape. Natrona County, Wyoming. State and federal agencies are responding after a small transport jet carrying what officials described as vector research specimens crashed late Sunday evening outside of Casper, Wyoming. According to preliminary reports, the aircraft, contracted through a third-party research logistics company, was transporting a controlled population of mosquitoes, allegedly being studied for their ability to carry historical pathogens, including strains associated with the Black Death. The crash occurred in a remote stretch of prairie, roughly 12 miles east of town. While the pilot was able to walk away with minor injuries, the cargo did not fare as well or worse, depending on perspective. Unfortunately, the containment units were compromised on impact. Unfortunately. It almost sounds like who's ever writing this is rubbing it in your face. Oh, unfortunately, you're all going to die. It's really sick. And I'm still thinking this might be some kind of a joke, and I'm going to find out here in a second. Said a spokesperson from a joint response team including Wyoming Department of Health and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. We are currently assessing how many specimens survived and dispersed. Early estimates suggest a significant percentage of the mosquitoes engineered for resilience during transport survived the crash and have since dispersed into the surrounding area. Oh, all the 40 billion mosquitoes on board died on the impact, right? Yeah. Residents in eastern Natrona County reported an unusual uptick in mosquito activity overnight, with some describing the insects as more aggressive than usual and weirdly coordinated. Does this sound logical? Sounds like a movie script. Kind of like Weihang, China, or Weihang, or what was that? Wuhan, where the bat got loose or something, was infected with COVID. I guess they were selling bats or rats or something. I don't remember what it was. That's how my memory is right now. I mean, there's so much to think about. I don't even remember what it was that started the whole COVID thing. Was it a bat? What was a bat doing at a market? Anyway, of course, we found out the other day that the whole thing was made in Fort Detrick, which was a Nazi, experimental MK Ultra mind control experiment. And it wasn't just the mine they were experimenting on. It sounded like a damn drone swarm. Wow, he said. Then I stepped outside and immediately regretted every life decision that led me to that moment. Who's writing this? We got a professional poet writing this news bulletin telling us we're all going to die, unfortunately. Officials emphasized that there is currently no confirmed risk to the public. There's just a bunch of mosquitoes running around with the Black Death. No confirmed risk to the public, though they also advised residents to remain indoors when possible, just in case. Avoid standing water and not antagonizing the large groups of mosquitoes. Is this a joke? Don't antagonize them. In a statement released early Monday morning, the transport company clarified that the mosquitoes were part of an historical disease modeling program and were not intended for release under any circumstances. Containment teams have been deployed with fogging equipment, traps. What? Mosquito traps? Well, they must be very small little traps. I used to trap coyotes. I learned how to trap when I was a kid. My dad was a trapper. And a trap for a coyote is pretty good size. I wonder how big the traps are for these little mosquitoes. If they get their foot in there, probably just cut the darn foot right off, I think. Officials described as a frankly concerning amount of bug spray. When asked how a shipment of plague-carrying mosquitoes ended up flying over Wyoming, officials cited routine efficiencies. They cited routine efficiencies. What the fiddly diddly does that mean? And declined further comment. As of press time, authorities are urging calm while quietly requesting additional personnel resources and, according to one leaked memo, anything that eats mosquitoes. Oh my God. What is going on? I think the whole war in the Middle East is another theater set. It's comedy, it's adventure, it's sci-fi. Man, it's a thriller and manila. It's all you could ask for on a Tuesday afternoon. I guarantee it. So let's see if it was true. AI says no. A plane carrying mosquitoes infected with the Black Plague did not crash in Casper, Wyoming. The story is a satirical fake news post circulating on social media. Well, I'll be darned. Okay, so why did you tell us this, Dave? You didn't have to put this in your video if you knew it was fake, it was propaganda. Well, because I want you to know that there isn't anything in this world that you can see on your social media that somebody might say with a straight face. You might see some clues and they look satirical, just like the war and Trump. What is he talking about? Why is he being like some kind of a arrogant little guy that fits the description of the Antichrist? And why is he initiating us all into World War III? Is this satirical? Well, it seems like they don't want us to know what's going on. Perhaps because some information's getting out, maybe the Epstein files, but I doubt that's really it. That's probably also part of the, misinformation as well. If they get us to believing what I guess they want us to believe right now is that there are reptilians running it. They're not the ones doing it. It's not their fault. There's some lizards running the world. And they live on a planet far, far away in a dark galaxy, right? And it's just, what do you do? What do you believe? Nothing? Oh, and by the way, some of the people that you trust the most, they're like, what, Satanists and stuff? I mean, and now you're drifting to watching Satanists. Okay. When did this happen? Well, aliens look a lot like Satan, and a little bit like reptilians, and everybody knows the devil's a snake, right? So I guess it is a thing where we've got to come to grips with the fact that the people that are going to rule over us and regiment us and kill us and murder us and poison us, they're the devil. Ain't nothing you can do about that. And they're going to kill you. And there's nothing you can do. And by the way, there is no Jesus, and he's not coming back. The Bible's not true. And pretty much the only thing you're going to be allowed to do for now on is twerk in front of this little contraption you have in your hand. Just keep on twerking. And if you feel sad one day, just do some more twerking. And watch everybody else's twerking. And we'll just do this and we'll scroll and zoom in on that twerk. And oh, look at this one. That's a nice one. And that's all our lives are about, because Jesus is not coming back. The world is billions of years old. We're spinning through an infinite vacuum of nothing. And by the way, they also want you to know that they're faking everything because they're doing such a poor job. I mean, even CGI can be done better than what they're doing. So they're trying. Remember that picture of Netanyahu with his coffee cup? They were trying to say, oh no, he didn't die. I think he did. We haven't heard anything from him. All we've seen is some CGI pictures of him. So they evidently want you to believe, because probably this whole thing with Epstein and all the pedophiles, it's probably true. And they probably want you to know about it because there's nothing you can do about it now. Because they don't believe in Jesus, and they don't want you to believe in Jesus. And they don't want you to have any hope. And they want you to be so confused and so angry as well. I mean, on top of being confused, they want you angry. And then they're going to pit you against all the Muslims, and the Muslims are going to be pitted against the Christians, and the Hindus are going to be against the, it's just everybody's enemy be those of his own household. This is what Jesus said, but they don't want you to even know what Jesus said. Well, friends, why would they be trying to deceive us? Well, that young man that we just saw put it pretty well. They want you to believe we're in this infinite, vast nothing, and we're a speck of nothing. And Jesus isn't coming. And if there is any news that might have said he was, well, it's probably propaganda, because everything's propaganda. And, if you think the Epstein files are true, who cares? There's so much going on. You got more things to worry about than that. right? Whether or not our president and all the other presidents were pedophiles is probably about 1 degree on a scale to 1,000 compared to the fact that we're about to die. Every man, woman, and child on this planet. And they're orchestrating an implosion. But maybe what they don't want you to know is the truth. And where did we get the truth? Where did that come from? How about what Jesus told us? I am the truth. I am the way. I am the resurrection. And he said that the truth would set us free. And freedom is certainly what we want. Not just to be free in some sense, but to be free of all pain and sorrow, death. To be free, truly free, means to be alive, to be happy, to have the things that we need. So the way, the truth, and the life was given to us by Jesus. And they don't want you to believe in Jesus because then you'd know about this way, the way that Jesus taught. And if you believe he's not coming, and if you believe he didn't really come, and it's not real, and it's all just a story, then you're not going to take this seriously. You're going to be thinking about wars and pestilences and famine, which is all going to happen. Jesus said it would. But what do we do? Well, what do we believe? First of all, you can't trust the government. It's all propaganda. Everything they've said is false. But what we want is truth. And Jesus said he had the truth. Now, we were just doing a video a couple of days ago about Joshua and the 5 kings that he crucified. And then he killed another 31 kings. And we were noting that 31 kings and 5 is 36, and there's 36 deacons in astrology. Oh, there's so many people into esoteric astrological knowledge, and yet they still do not know the truth. So if the esoteric wisdom is the truth that we need, then why isn't it when people study it that they're not getting any further along than anyone else? So what is the truth? The truth is what is behind all of this information that they don't tell you. They financed the modern New Age movement. They financed Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and Baptists and all the religions of the world, and Islam and Judaism and all of its lies. So friends, what's the truth? Well, in that parable that we read where Joshua killed those 5 kings, we pointed out that it was the 5 senses. So here's another lie for you. So therefore, some people believe you got to go into a dark room, close your eyes, a real literal cave like Elijah did, close your eyes and go into a state of, it's like a trance, and not let your thoughts think, and go and just like, I guess, almost die or something. Like go into some kind of a 40 days and 40 nights, you sit there and you don't eat, and you stare into a flame or a dark hole or whatever, and all of a sudden one day you lose all sense of an ego, and well, this sounds interesting, but nobody can do it. Nobody's ever done it. Even Jesus it was never reported that Jesus went somewhere for 40 days and sat in a corner, right, and blanked out his mind and just disappeared or something. Because that's not how it's done. You see, when you fret and the Bible tells you the fear is the problem. You see, love casts out all fear, and love is the answer. So love has also got some other sisters and brothers, and one of them is, goodness and kindness and patience and all these things we need. But we're like, oh, we don't know how to do all that. We don't know the answer. The answer is stop and hold on. First thing you need to do is what the parable tells you, to get rid of those 5 kings, and that's your 5 senses. Does that mean that we no longer have 5 senses? No. We're not going to I guess if we just killed ourselves, then we'd be fine, right? We'd have everything we needed right there. That's not what it means. It means stop thinking about it. Stop doubting. So if the 5 kings that Joshua killed were 5 senses, like we've been speaking here, and then he killed 31 more, that makes 36 deacons, like we said. What are the other 31 rulers in our body? And do we kill them once we stop reasoning with the five senses? Is that what we're being shown here? That if we just get rid of the five senses and stop worrying and thinking and that just find that place where we don't even pay attention to what we see, what we smell, or what we hear, but we just believe. Well, how do we do it? Well, we got to kill the five senses, but not literally. This is a parable. So what does it mean? I remember Jesus said, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe that you already receive it and you shall. And I remember James said that a large ship is controlled with a small rudder, and the tongue sets the world ablaze. Being very small, but it can set the whole world ablaze, the tongue. And then he told us that if we doubt at all, any doubt whatsoever, we will not get our answers to prayer. But if we do not doubt, we will always receive our answer if we do not doubt. Like Jesus said, we can move a mountain just by faith, and nothing is impossible with faith. So if you look up the word doubt, you will see that it has something to do with the word folded. And then we determine it's very similar to that word that's in the Bible where Jesus said that if we keep our eyes single, right, which is whatever we got to do that makes us have faith. So faith is something to do with single. And doubt has something to do with folded, or many, many aspects. So we got to look at this carefully because this is the answer. Not folded means do not reason. See, do not doubt means don't have any thoughts or any reason. Don't think about it. You need a new car? Say, Lord, I need a new car. And bam, stop thinking about it. Don't reason. Don't say, oh my goodness, I can't get a new car because it'd be too expensive and I don't know how the Lord's going to do this and that. Stop. Tell the Lord, I need a new car. If you really do need something, ask for it. If you desire it when you pray. And do not doubt, and you shall receive it. Meaning don't reason. Don't even go over it in your mind. Just completely forget. And one of the ways that the Bible tells us we could do that is to sing, is to praise. We enter into his gates through praise, into his courtyards with thanksgiving. This is how we do it. Just stop thinking, stop worrying, cast out fear with love. Love your neighbor. Start thinking about other people. Start believing in the goodness all around you. So, do not doubt means do not reason or think about what you ask. Only believe. So then you will realize that the story in Joshua is a parable explaining the very same things that was spoken clearly by Jesus and James. If we get past these 5 kings, then the other demonic giants that are holding us in custody will fold. What does it mean? Guys, what does it mean? The senses are what we believe. They are a reason. They are our reason to have doubt. So we have to stop using our conscious reason. Take no thought. That's what you've got to do. That's what you need to practice. As Jesus said, no reasoning, no doubting. Then your higher mind, your spirit will bear witness with his spirit. Your higher mind that you don't even know you have, which is goodness and love and faith, it will bring your desire when you pray to fruition. All we really need to do, guys, every day of our lives, always, is just believe. And take no thought. No thoughts or start imagining scenarios or visions of doom or failure. Stop it. Don't even think about it. And since our carnal mind only sees with the 5 senses, if we take them out of the way, they are defeated, and they're defeated by faith, and then we go into the promised land. But just for kicks, what are the other 31 rulers that then we're going to defeat? Once we get the 5 senses out of the way and we don't doubt. Well, are they something like worry, hate, jealousy, or greed, or things like this? Well, suffice it to say that there are a number of many different kinds of things that are holding you prisoner. All kinds of selfishness, all kinds of ignorance, all kinds of lower natures, and creepy little fears and problems that we have. It seems like no one ever is able to fix that. People go to psychologists, people go to shrinks, people go to hospitals, people go on medications because of the problems and the fears and the panic attacks and all of this that we're being. It really is the same thing as demonic possession. We're all literally possessed with fears and worries and ignorance and balderdash. And there's only one way to get out of it, and that is to listen to what our Lord and Savior told us. We need to believe in the love that's everywhere and stop believing in the devil long enough to stop listening to him. Get thee behind me, and do not think about any of those things. And the best way is just to forget your senses, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and just believe in the Lord and don't think about it. Just ask and pray and believe, and don't imagine how the Lord's going to do it. Don't even, it may seem impossible, so don't even think about it. Put it in the Lord's hands. They're giants, but they're not literal giants. They're demons, but they're not literal entities floating around. They're spirits. They're mind. It's in you. That it's fear and things. And self-worry about yourself and not about others. It's the subtle deception. It's mixed allegiances. It's worldliness. It's wealth. It's lust. It's all of these things. So, we could talk about this all night, but it's much more simple than anything we could say. Here's the answer, and I'm going to leave it with this. This is it. And we're not going to sit and talk all night, and it's not going to take an hour to tell you. We've already explained it, and here's the whole thing that we just said in a nutshell. Stop thinking and reasoning and going over and over in your mind what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Only unless you're thinking about how you're going to do it and succeed. But never go over in your mind and think about how you won't succeed, or about all the problems you might have and how to deal with the problems that might happen. Just forget it. Don't even think about problems. Don't even believe that there could be anything in your way. Get rid of all your doubts. And the simplest way that I have found to understand that, to bring that home to your heart, is to just say, I'm no longer going to reason or imagine failure in my life. I'm simply going to believe. I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helps. I had a lot of things to do today. I had to work on the chicken pen and feed the chickens and do garden work, and it was cold and rainy as well today. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop there, and I hope that what I said will help a lot of you to understand that this is the answer. We just need to start believing now. And that means to believe that Jesus is real and put your faith in him, and stop listening to all these people that say, oh, he already came in 70, or the Bible's not true, or, oh, we're in an infinite vacuum of nothing, and it's all about science and the world's going to end. And, just forget it. Everything's going to be all right. Put faith in the truth. And the truth will set you free. And the truth was the message that Jesus brought. Moses brought the law, but Jesus brought the truth. And that means the law's not the truth, but Jesus' words are truth. And they are the way. And that way is to stop reasoning and thinking all this negative stuff. Just stop. And start singing to the Lord. I'm going to go ahead and go. Hope you have a wonderful evening. The Lord loves everybody with all of his heart. Just seek him. We'll see you guys tomorrow. His grace and his peace will be with you. Have a good one.